Hey, it's Melissa, and we are at the Vault on Lisbon Street, where you can find literally thousands of bottles of wine here. But not just that. What we are here standing in front of is vats of balsamic vinegars. Listen to some of these guys. Bourbon maple balsamic, Syracuse lemon, cucumber melon, cranberry pear. Any of these amazing vinegars would be great on your salad. Or mix it up for a full salad dressing or marinade meat. There are so many things you can use these flavors for. But what's great about Keith's store is many of us, if you're like me, haven't really heard of these amazing flavors of vinegars and wouldn't really know what the flavor would be like. So he's got these great little cups, right? Tiny little cup. And you can try any of them. So we're going to go with something light. And let's see. Let's try cranberry pear balsamic vinegar. What's amazing is you can taste the cranberry and the pear. And it's a white balsamic. It's very light. And it's so good. I can see just spraying this on any salad that I have, or even onto any fruit that might be too sweet. It would be so good on a fruit. And see, what else do we have? There is a summer peach. Okay, guys, peaches are amazing in my world. Let's try summer peach. Again, it's a white vinegar. Wish I could show you the color. So much peach. So you can come in and purchase 2 different size bottles of any of these vinegars to use however you wish. And on the other side, there's oils. So let's go take a look over there. Now here we are in front of the oils, and as you can see, there's just as many oils to choose from as there are the vinegars. So you could match a vinegar and an oil up together. And Keith, who's super busy right now back there, could probably help you with what flavors would go best. But again, the same thing. There's little cups, so you can try anything that you want to try. There's a Tuscan blend, a garlic olive oil, a lemon olive oil, a chili pepper olive oil, basil olive oil. We've got a white truffle, roasted sesame. So there's so many different flavors. So no matter what you have on your charcuterie board, your dinner table, your brunch table, there's something here that you can use. Now, the great thing about this store is not only can you choose your oils and your vinegars, but in the back, he also has really amazing cheeses. So you can put together your next wine get-together, your next snack get-together, your next charcuterie board with things that people aren't going to be able to find at just any store. He is an amazing purveyor of flavors that are all going to go together. Just walk in the store and he's so helpful. So if you have an idea of what you like, or you know something you've tried before, or if you know what you're serving, Keith can actually help you put together the beverages, the oils, the vinegars that you're going to need to really, really get your guests to say, wow. So now we're going to go talk to Keith briefly, learn a little bit more about why he's here, and find out more about what he has in stock besides just these thousands of bottles of wine.
This is Australian. So a Cabernet,
Yeah.
and a Montepulciano. Those are the two. So there were some other suggestions. Pinot Noir is certainly an option. Syrah, but
okay. So I'm bringing more than 2, the 2 I wanted to bring were, I wanted to bring at least 2 nicer.
okay.
I would take a third lesser.
These are reasonable. I mean, you're talking both of these are in that $18, $15, $18, $20 range.
Okay. Do either of these make it free prior to drinking?
It never hurts, but not going to kill you.
And this one should chilled? No.
I mean, if you prefer, a little bit of a chill is not going to kill either of them, but neither of them needs a chill.
And if I was going to round this out with one more bottle, what would you do?
Probably do the Pinot Noir.
Okay, so let's pick one.
Okay.
Hey, it's Melissa, and now I finally get some time with Keith, the owner of the Vault, so I can ask him all the good questions that we want to know as wine drinkers. And the first one is, why did you want to buy this place when it went up on the market?
So I used to be in higher education. I worked at Bates College for a long time and was a regular customer here. When I left the college, I started working here part-time just to help the owner. After a few months, she offered to sell me the store, and it seemed like an interesting next step. Not something I ever would have predicted. I'd worked in nonprofits my whole life, so to make that transition was a very big change, but it's been great. I like being my own boss. I like, being able to do what I want to do and watching the place grow and change, and it's been fun.
Now, are you passionate about wine? Is that why you were because I would imagine to know what to buy, to know what to stock, to know how to help people.
It's a really good question. And I will say, when I first started here, I knew almost nothing about wine. I was a beer person, and that was what I shopped here for, and on occasion wine as my wife or others needed it. It wasn't something I was opposed to, but it was just not where my preferences laid. So I have learned over the time that I've been here a great deal. I used to be able to say maybe half the people that came in, I could help them. Now I am probably closer to 95% of the people that I can help and know at least as much, if not more than most of them, and can help steer them towards something good.
That's awesome. I know that wine has always been a mysterious object to people that are not truly fans of drinking the grapes. However, those of us that do enjoy drinking the grapes, coming in here is like being in a candy store.
Yeah.
So could you tell me a little bit about what you have in store? There's so many different options.
Yeah. So that has definitely grown a little bit as tastes have changed and the market has changed, and we've added different sections. But we have, I think, comfortably over 1,000 different wines in the store.
Wow.
That range in price from $10 a bottle to over $300 a bottle. There are very few of those, to be clear, but we originally had no organic and natural wines, and then we had a shelf of organic and natural wines, and now we have an entire section for the organic and natural wines because that's where a lot of people's interests have started to fall. We used to just carry a couple of sakis. Now we have a lot, and the sparkling wine selection has grown. But we do our best to have wines from all over the world because there are people who come in looking for specific countries' wines, and there are also people who just want to try something crazy and different that they've never had before. I had a customer come in last week who asked if I happen to have any wines from Switzerland. And I thought, I don't know. And I looked it up, and sure enough, I actually did have a bottle because I like to just sort of have wines from countries that most people wouldn't think of as being everybody drinks wine. Exactly. Right? I didn't either.
So speaking of that and not knowing what to try next and I love all kinds of flavors as long as it's red. But talk to me about your mystery boxes.
Sure. The mystery boxes are something we started doing during COVID. And the way it works is you get 12 bottles of wine for $100.
What? Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. That's like Trader Joe's level deal. That's
$8, just over $8 a bottle.
Wow. And
you can choose the makeup of the case. If you want it to be 12 reds, 12 whites, or any mix thereof, you are welcome to choose. We also have, some sparkling wine and some rosé to throw in there if people would like those. But, it's fun. People do the 6 and 6 just so that they have a good mix. And then there's plenty of people who are like, I just want 12 reds or I just want 12 whites. And we can do that. Make them up on the spot.
I literally think my heart is palpitating a little bit right now because I know I love wine, and typically to get a lot of us have shopped for years at the grocery store, right?
Yep.
And to get a good bottle, you're looking at the upper shelf and you're looking at $20 to $34 for a really decent bottle of wine.
Yep.
And now I know if I'm coming here, I'm getting a decent bottle of wine because you're curating these things.
No question.
And for $100, I can get 12. So you guys have to forgive my unprofessionalism for a minute because I'm a little thrown. I'm a little thrown at this. Very exciting. So if somebody wants to do a mystery box, can they just call and pre-order? They just pop in and say, I'd like to get a mystery box. And
yes, they can do any of those things. I have plenty of people who email, who message me through social media, who call, and then a lot of them just walk in. And, a lot of people just like you just now found out about it. And then I just on the spot can put it together. It takes about 2 minutes to put together the case. And they walk out of here for with tax and deposit, it's $107.30.
Guys, that is insane. Like, I haven't heard of anything like that up here. So I'm just saying, you know where your wine comes from, right?
I think that, and you mentioned the grocery stores, one of the things that I hear often from people is that they like to shop by the labels. And if you see a cute label or a nice label, you're like, okay, maybe I'll try that. And I think if you try that at the grocery store, you will get very mixed results. And I think if you come in here, if you pick by the label, you're still going to just get a good bottle of wine, because I think that's where we're starting.
Yeah, it's a higher level. It's like, and it's like when you buy a luxury car, leather's included, right?
Exactly.
There's already an expectation of what the quality is going to be.
And the heated seats, fortunately. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So we've had a chance to walk around already, and we've talked about how you have multiple vinegars and multiple oils and being able to curate something. So if somebody's having a dinner party and they know what they want to serve for a main, can you help them with, maybe some dipping oils or something for their salad? And then you have some amazing cheeses here. Is this something you can kind of put all together once they come in and tell you?
To an extent. I mean, I will say that the overwhelming majority of people, when they're having the dinner parties, the food part of it, they know, they're following the recipe. Sometimes they'll come in and say, my recipe calls for, a good quality olive oil or a nice balsamic, and I can definitely do that. Yeah. There's a lot of people who like to buy the olive oils for dipping bread in. And so we have some good suggestions. We can do that and, doctor them just a little bit and, a little Parmesan cheese, a little crushed red pepper, and you're good to go. And I think that with the wine is more often where the pairing and beer as well. A lot of people like to make sure that they have beer pairings as well so that people can, enjoy that if that's what they choose.
So what does your beer selection look like?
The beer selection is overwhelming for a lot of people, and definitely for me. I would say, I haven't counted recently, but definitely last time I counted was well over 400 different beers in the store.
Wow. There's a whole case over here. We'll have... Jack is going to take a picture of the case, and you can watch right here, and you'll see the case of just Maine beer.
Yeah, and that's actually just cold Maine beer, because there's quite a bit more Maine beer up in the front as well.
Wow, okay.
But, we try to have things that are from all over the world. And, I'm a particular fan in the beer category of Belgians and sour beers. And so there's a good selection of both of those all the time. Yeah. And so that's definitely one of the things that I like to turn people towards. I also think that there's a lot of people who, they have their mindset on an IPA. And so we try and steer them towards something good there. But there's so many options. And so I think if you just think, I only want this, I think you're selling yourself short on what may be able to find what's your next best favorite beer.
So come in and talk about with you what they like, and you can kind of steer them in a direction.
Yes.
Now, I can't keep Keith for too long. He's been extremely busy today, and that really tells you how well he's doing here and what he has for products. So we're so glad you gave us some time.
I'm happy to.
But I do also want to talk about the fact that you have tastings, and it's every Friday?
Every Friday from 5 to 7 p.m.
5 to 7 p.m. on Friday. And the next one is going to be Friday the 13th in the month of October. How great is this? So come on in this Friday and get a taste of some wines. Meet Keith, pick his brain, take a look at this amazing store. If you haven't been in here and you walk in, it's like you're transported to a whole different little world with all the aesthetics. There's a lot of wood. There's a lot of brick. It's beautiful in here. And Keith is so knowledgeable. So thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
And we will see you guys in the next episode.